Okay, Nasai Minasan, today we're gonna talk about Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 26 before watching Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 26. With that being said, let us jump into the trailer. Let's go! Let's go! Oh, let's go! Okay, that's amazing. Okay, I saw a few really interesting thing, but then again, with that being said, we want to go into the trailer scene by scene to figure out what we can learn, okay? Because we want to jump straight into it because there is a few things that I really want to say immediately. Right off the bat, we get to see the battle between Desunara and Jeremy. We thought that is gonna be the end of the battle. Like we are not sure when does this actually take place. I believe this actually take place after they came down from the God King-Ohger, and they're gonna have a little bit of battle in Sugar Dam before we are led to the battle in the cave itself. Okay, so the battle of the cave is gonna be the one that actually settle everything. That is what I believe, because there is a scene later on we are gonna see that actually kind of tell us that this is how the episode is actually gonna end. Okay, next we get to see Jeremy's serious face, and Jeremy is gonna fight with Desunara. So this battle is gonna be very crucial to the plot. And if not mistaken, I actually heard a lot of rumors like of people saying that after this episode, after episode 26, we are gonna have a 2 years time skip. So we are gonna have Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger Shippuden coming on episode 27, but that is whether or not that is true, we are not sure. But we do actually get to see some wardrobe change for some of the character that we are gonna see on screen. Like Gira is gonna wear the suit that Rakles actually wore, and then Yanma is gonna change his hair color, and Himeno is gonna change her hairstyle and even her dress, but there's not much different for her Kaguragi, and also not much different with Rita in their wardrobe change. Okay, but with that being said, let us move on. Next, we get to see some action scenes. I really love like hand-to-hand combat action scene compared to the Zod fighting scenes in Ohsama Sentai, because the Zod scene, you know, like it can really be quite underwhelming, especially with how bulky the Zod actually is. Like they can only do this action, like they are just like slapping one another. So yeah, but it is really insane. But next we get to see this is weird. Okay, so when I actually say like how the beginning of the fight is gonna be take place at the end of the episode, now that I look into it once again, I could actually be wrong. Okay, I could actually be wrong, because right, remember in the previous episode, Gira is actually in Kuagon, and the one that is sitting on King Kauka's castle is actually the scientist itself. Okay, so right now we actually get to see Gira in the King Kauka's castle, so we are not sure like what actually happened. Like did they actually, maybe they only need 20 pilot to go into the underground, but after that, when they come out to the overworld, the rest of the pilots is gonna be like, sayonara, I'm out, like you are not needed anymore, and the rest of the rangers is just gonna continue fighting with the God King-Ohger itself. That could actually be the case, because if not, every single time when they wanted to use God King-Ohger, they would need to summon all the 20 pilot all together all the time. It is gonna be really hard to balance the screenplay, I think, in my humble opinion. But then again, I could be wrong. And next we get to the origin of Jeremy's country. This is why I believe the ending of the episode is gonna be this scene, because of they are still in the cave. If you take a look, there's like a little bit of like orange lid on the top of the screen, and then but we are seeing it that this cave is the cave of Bugnarak, so they are not supposed to be any sunlight like shooting into the cave and all the stuff. But now that Jeremy has defeated Desunara, on the with and by his side Gerojim, that we might actually get to see like this is how they in the how do I say, like in a cinematography language, or in a they want to show that Bugnarak is gonna have a future. This is how they're gonna show it. They're gonna show sunlight like protruding through the cave and shining on the face of Gerojim and also Jeremy, just to show us that hey, Bugnarak is gonna be welcome together as one of the citizens of the Terra itself. And this is a really good story that it just actually reminded me of another story in an anime that also have similar story as well, and that is One Piece. Okay, like they talk about the fishmen, like how they are being outcast, they are being forced underground and all those stuff, under the sea, something like that, and they have to rely on an artificial light source to be their sun. But they all of them desire and they have a strong desire to go back to the mainland, go back to feel the real sun on their skin, something like that. So I believe that is definitely gonna be how the story is gonna go with Ohsama Sentai moving forward. If we actually get to see Ohsama Sentai Shippuden, then we are definitely gonna see the struggle of how Bugnarak and human is gonna find peace with one another, and a little bit of conflict, a little bit of misunderstanding, and we might actually get to see who actually causes the battle between the Bugnarak and human to start in the first place itself. Okay, there could actually be a possibility, but then again, there are also people that says that there is a possibility that we might actually get aliens in the story of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. But then again, we don't have any proof of aliens at all currently, so we are still waiting to see how things are gonna go. Okay, so moving forward, we're gonna see Jeremy proclaiming himself to become the king of the Bugnarak, and he wants the kingdom of Bugnarak to be recognized as the sixth kingdom of Terra. So that is gonna be really amazing. I love that. And next we get to see all the kings are together in Gokan. We are not sure why are they there, maybe just to establish that hey, we recognize the kingdom of Bugnarak to be one of the kingdom on Terra, something like that, just to bring war peace, something like that. Okay, so that is also really good. We get to see Jeremy face like, wow, this is a really satisfying face. And if this is how they actually settle the if this is how they close the first chapter of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger, then it would make perfect sense for Jeremy to become a king at the final episode of the first part of the story itself. Because remember, when we was first introduced to Jeremy, all this while, like the narration, he is the narrator of the story, all this while he has been talking about how like this is a story of someone becoming a king and all those stuff. All of us thought that he is actually talking about Gira, but now he actually, when he reveals himself on the episode that he reveals himself, he actually tells people that this is my story of how I become the king or something like that. Okay, so this is really amazing if this is how the first part of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger ended. And so when second part of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger started, we are gonna have a new narration, a new story to be told. And the second part of the story could actually be the story of how the war, the Ohsama Sentai find unity, how the piece of the war all comes together, and they might actually find out who is behind the true incidents of the Fury of the Gods, something like that. So that is gonna be really interesting, and it really makes me felt like, wow, Ohsama Sentai is really something else for doing a time skip in the middle of the series. Bravo to them. Okay, huge bravo to them. Next we get to see Gerojim being treated by Himeno. We are not sure like what happened to Gerojim. Maybe after the fight something went wrong to Gerojim, or maybe he defended Jeremy when Desanaro is about to deal the final blow, something like that. We are not sure. Okay, but we get to see Rita screaming as usual, so that is really cute. But next, this is interesting. Okay, so we get to see this new shoe god. What is this shoe god? This looks like a black spider. It looks like it looks like God Tarantula, but it is very, very small size, but it is black in color. So maybe this is Tarantula Zero, because remember, who still owns the King-Ohger Zero? Debowski still has his hand on King-Ohger Zero. So maybe we would actually get to see King-Ohger Zero Extreme, okay? So that is gonna be insane, okay? That is gonna be insane. But this is obviously Tarantula, but Zero version, a black version of Tarantula God. So that is really, really amazing. Is he dead? Is he still alive? We are not sure, but we based on the look of Gira, I would assume that this is still alive, okay? Like he's like, what is this? Something like that. Really, really interesting stuff. But next we get to see some action scene with Jeremy and Gira's fighting with Desanara, and that is why I believe that is how the episode is gonna end. And next we get to see a majestic shot of God talking King-Ohger, something like that, okay? But like I said, it is really, really too huge, man. Like this Zord is way too bulky for its own good, and it is insane, okay? So the 20 shoe god, holy shit, it is insane. But next we get to see some more scene before the fight, I will assume, and that is the end of the trailer. Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 26 is gonna be huge, it's gonna be lit, so I'm really excited to watch it when it is aired on this coming Sunday, okay? So that is all from me. Hope you enjoy what you see. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.